Yes. Is there perhaps and is Marcus with you as well?
Marcus Rutherford.
Marcus Rutherford. Yes, I've heard great things about his.
Yes, he was just over there
Oh, good.
a couple of weeks ago.
I think he's pimping at the moment.
Pimping.
Last time I heard.
Ah, yes.
Going to some blinks.
So you don't know where he is?
I think you'd find him near the docks.
The docks.
Yeah,
There is a docks in this town.
I don't think there are docks in this town.
Well, the place where the caravans come.
Yes. Well, if so, you don't know where he is. Oh, look.
He was talking to some man from some place.
Okay, lovely.
Let me get you a drink.
Yes.
One hand.
Could
For my friends.
we perhaps move to a quieter corner?
Well, of course. Let's move to a
Yes,
quiet.
by the fire. Welcome everybody.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Here we are again for a very exciting game. We don't have Murray nor Nathan, but we're going to play anyway.
We'll try and be exciting.
We're
Yeah.
trying to be exciting.
We'll try and be funny and stuff. And
We're missing disruptive and hilarious, aren't
So
we?
we actually might get more work done. That's
right.
awesome.
Alright, 1 hour.
Prepare for a 20-minute game, guys.
That's right. Oh, is there anything else to do? No, not really.
That's all we've
So the campaign world we're playing in is the campaign that started with the fabulous Under the Gods, and then Under a Fell Black Sky,
Which was a prequel, and then it went to
Prequel.
Life
Life
Assurance.
Assurance, yes,
And then Under the Big Top.
Under the Big Top,
No, then The Hidden City.
the Hidden City.
Then
that's
Under
right.
the Big Top.
Wow.
And now here we are with the... Well... You
With
can't
whatever,
tell us
you
the
can't
name.
tell us the name, but...
You guys will know the name.
You'll
'cause
be
I
able
don't-
to
you
see us
clicked on
down
them
there.
already.
That's right. I'm very excited about this game, so I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you enjoyed it there at home, we do very much like it if you like our videos and if you comment and stuff like that. It helps me to feel like a valid human being.
And I'm on Sirenscape tonight. First time I've actually used Sirenscape in a game, so I'm excited about that too.
Yeah, Bluetoothing on the iPad.
It should be
Is
awesome.
an iPad 2 or 3 or?
I don't know. It's I don't know. 3? It's an iPad.
It's an iPad.
It's got
working.
Retina display. What does that make it? I don't know.
It must be a 3.
Something like- I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, it's an iPad. I think.
Excellent. Good. So the characters we have from all the previous games, these were originally just made as sort of one shots, weren't they? As sort of
very much so.
quick build.
You wanted to kill us.
As you can see.
We're growing to love these characters,
Oh, dear.
including
Castile Firelooker, who is an elf ranger, and he is called Firelooker because he can't see much under 20 feet. So he has minuses to his perception at under 20 feet, but he can see really well after 20 feet. So he has a few problems there. Yeah.
And Jataya, who is a fighter. His trademark is his flaming sword, which
Doesn't flame unless you
doesn't flame
strike
unless you
against
drag
something.
it along a hard surface at speed. So I tend to have to make a running start to any battle situation to gain my 5 minutes.
Oh, I love it.
Friction-based fire
It's a
sword.
great bit of.
It's almost science, but not.
Yeah,
right.
but still really not.
What was Nathan's character? Marcus Rutherford.
Marcus Rutherford.
Yes, Marcus Rutherford.
And
Right.
do you want the other one? Murray's character?
Did Murray ever play? Yeah.
He was Jasonda Beckwin.
What was he?
When was he? What game did he
He
play?
was, as I know, and I've got written down, a biatch. That's what I have
Oh,
written down.
he had a thing, a grudge against Faye, and
Yep.
that's right. We'd tell him things were Faye, and then he'd get really angry. And she'd,
Yep.
that's right.
Alrighty.
Yes, fantastic. Well, fire up the tavern,
Fire up the tavern.
John.
Is it drinking time?
I think it is drinking time. It's always drinking time in the Lazy Breeze where you are now. So most recently, you saved the circus from being stood over by the scary clowns, who were trafficking child sex slaves, rather horrifyingly. And there was a bit of sort of
Adult things.
adult themes, investigations, murder, and then spectacular revenge and justice bringing. So you were at that point working in the Order Keepers, in the lower Order Keepers, who were sort of charged, sort of a semi-militia type organisation to keep control
order.
attack, to keep order.
Keep order.
It's
That's why they were
incredible.
called the Order
That's
Keepers.
right. Okay.
Pay
Everyone
attention, everyone.
Okay. Everyone cool with that?
Just slow that down a
Are we
second.
ready to move on?
Yeah,
Right.
okay.
Good. Your boss was called Shentia. He was sort of a relatively friendly, happy kind of guy. Kept things nice and organised. The mayor, Reginus Mathis, was somewhere in between completely corrupt and just mostly corrupt, but a good enough man. And this is a town that's very much run on a frontier kind of system. Whoever can pay gets what they want. The circus moved on. You two, the three of you, Marcus and Tatira and Castile, tried to sort of keep your jobs in the Order Keepers, but you really have so much more gold.
We're almost too good for them, I think.
You're almost too good for them. A bit of fame, a fair amount of misbehaviour went on until Shentia couldn't stand it any longer and booted you out. So you've had some other adventures and some other activities going on, but things have pretty much dissolved back down again to sitting in the lazy breeze drinking. It's just kind of the
Come
default.
so far.
We always begin here.
The default sort of state, but a good state to be in if you're playing in a fantasy role playing genre, because all sorts of adventures might turn up across your path in the local
It's the
tavern.
nexus.
It is. It is.
For
It's
all
the
communities
beginnings
to come
of
together.
beginnings of so
That's
many
beautiful.
things.
Thank you. Practice that in the mirror.
In fact, for Marcus, you can't quite remember. You were somewhat drunk, probably, and you're reasonably sure that Marcus went and did some kind of work for someone or other. You're not entirely sure. It was.
What kind of work
it was-
are we talking
well,
about?
that's right.
Are we
What
talking
kind
about
of someone
sexy
or other
times
are you
kind of
talking
work? Or are
about?
we talking about?
It was a couple of weeks ago, and you're having some difficulty remembering exactly what it was he went to do, and whether he was probably meant to be
Oh,
back.
Marcus.
Whether he was meant to be back already or not. So, I don't know, he'll probably be fine.
He's going to come out pimped, I
That's
reckon.
Buff, with an even tighter lycra suit on. Oh.
That's why we're
Fantastic.
drinking, because we can picture that.
So you're drinking and enjoying the time. You of course have a certain amount of fame for not completely ruining the circus, but and you do tend to get a narrowed-eyed look from some of the lords, so-called lords and ladies, who are just really just the people who have more money than other bunches as they go past, because you've kind of ruined the black market a bit for them, which you're quite happy with. You've become a slight hero amongst the lower order because you managed to embarrass the mayor and some of the hoity-toity of town.
So we've got a few free drinks coming occasionally.
Yeah, that's right. Even more than usual.
Fantastic.
Nice.
So the old one hand is there. You're on his good side at the moment. There's
The one with the hand.
The one with that's right. That's right.
Well, Marcus isn't here, so
Yeah.
that's also a
That's
help.
right. That's right. What was my character's name? Oh, man,
Can't remember.
gosh. He used to offend one hand. He's not here at the moment.
Sadly, he died.
That's right. So that's the way
So
things
we
stand.
think we were pretty drunk.
It's late on a sort of a midweek night. The place is humming with activity, trade, deals, all that sort of stuff going on. So, do it again.
Love it.
Classy.
He recorded them himself.
It's a passion, my last work. In the door, how far are you from the door, Castile?
Where's the door?
Are you
Oh, is this the
requisite
door
20
here?
You're the requisite 20 feet, yes.
I am. I can just see as they stand in the
That's
doorway.
right.
But once I step in,
You notice a reasonably nicely robed man, not bearing a big sword like that, come in the door.
it suddenly becomes fuzzier.
He certainly doesn't fit into here at all. He's obviously from the upper quarter. He takes a step in the door and is obviously assaulted by the heavy smell of sweat and...
Sales is his eyes.
That's right. I did that last time. I was very careful that time. He looks around the room looking at the tables, wooden tables, none of which are settled on their four legs, and all of which are thick with a sticky layer of beer and mead and all sorts of things, and bits of hair and other questionable body fluids and stuff like that. Bits of snot sort of wiped under,
Oh, yum.
yeah, chewing sort of bits of gum and stuff that people got from trees and chewing is stuck under and everything. He looks like he almost reconsiders coming in.
I'll stumble over to him. I'm assuming quite
You
intoxicated.
stand up. Yeah, excellent. Yeah, you
I'll
stumble
stumble over to him. Put my arm over his shoulder. Hello, friend.
You really are blind.
So you come stumbling towards him.
Wrong character.
That's right.
Hello, friend. You're becoming steadily more indistinct as the more I walk towards you. My name is
excuse me.
Castillo Faluca.
Castillo.
Renowned across the land.
Oh.
You may have
Oh,
heard of me.
I in fact came looking for you.
Oh, good. Can I buy you a drink? My friend's here.
Yes.
Where is your tire?
Castile, who are you talking to?
I look around trying to find the blur of whoever your tire is.
I'm here. I'll walk over to him.
Lovely. Yes. Is there perhaps and is Marcus with you as well?
Marcus Rutherford.
Marcus Rutherford. Yes, I've heard great things about his.
Yes, he was just over there
Oh, good.
a couple of weeks ago.
I think he's pimping at the moment.
Pimping.
Last time I heard.
Yes.
Going to some bling.
So you don't know where he is?
I think you'd find him near the docks.
The docks.
Yeah.
There is a docks in this town.
I don't think there are docks in this town.
Well, the place where the caravans come.
Yes. Well, if so, you don't know where he is. Oh, look.
He was talking to some man from some place.
Okay, lovely.
Let me get you a drink.
Yes.
One hand.
Could
For my friends.
we perhaps move to a quieter corner?
Well, of course. Let's move to
Yes,
a quiet.
by the fire. So that he sort of moves over to a quieter corner. Let's say where are we? Let's say over here. And then people quickly vacate their seats for you. They're always prepared to
roaring
do that.
fire.
Yeah, the roaring fire.
Oh, lovely.
Lovely. He sits down.
I put my feet on the grate.
He sits down, thinks better of it, and then stands up, and then sort of he's slightly glued to the seat, and sort of shakes his head and sits down again.
Part of the character of the place.
The character of the place, yes. Well, particularly full of character. Is it always this dirty? At that point, one hand comes appears right behind him. Good evening, sir. Are you the proprietor?
Could be. I can't really make him out.
I am. What are you drinking? I'll have something dark and reviving. I think these gentlemen could probably use the same. Do you have that kind of liquid?
Yeah, some kind of dark ale.
I'll see what I can do. I'll be right back. So one hand goes off, shaking his head. Upper class snobs think they can come in. You know, hear him going off.
What's your name, friend?
My name is Abereth. You may call me Lord Abereth.
Lord
Abereth.
I stand up and doff my cap.
He's slightly
Stumble
embarrassed.
and stand up again, pick my hat up and dust it off.
The words that the upper region use, the upper quarter use, are tossed around, lord and lady this, and they're all absolute bollocks. You know, they're self-appointed and quite unrealistic. Really, you just if you've got enough money to pretend, you do it. But he's claiming that title, so you know you can offer him a bit of respect if you like. He looks slightly embarrassed at the respect you offer. You know.
So to what do we owe the pleasure of a lord's company here in his humble abodes?
I hear that the tavern is a place for. That's rather ineffectual. I hear the place for the men and women, of course, who are looking for for work and adventure and.
I need a haircut.
I put my hand on his shoulder. You have come to the right place. We too are looking for adventure. And have gone quite stale of this town.
Yes, well, I was looking in particular for your sirs, having proved yourself, according to all rumour, as being quite capable with weapon and investigation.
Well, so it happens that we're here.
Yes, I have a sword and he has a bow.
I have a bow.
Yes, excellent, good.
So that's good, isn't it?
I was wondering.
I also have a bow.
You have a
And
bow.
a dagger.
I think it's established we both have bows and swords.
Armor.
Yes, good.
I have less. So.
Perhaps it might be good if you would meet me tomorrow morning at my abode up in the upper quarter.
Oh.
Let me just write it down.
Yes.
With my chisel. A stone tablet.
If you come to Third Street and ask for the Lord Aberystwyth Manor, then you will find me, and I shall meet with you. And you might meet some more of my family. I shall go just right now, if you don't mind.
But you've got a drink.
No, that's fine.
Take a dark ale.
He stands up at that point and sticks to the chair. The chair falls over. He twists around, sort of starts for the door, and one hand is right there, and he crashes into one hand. And the drinks swill down the front of one hand and spill down the front of Lord.
Fight!
and one hand just, "Ugh, what are you doing?" And he says, "Oh, terribly sorry, sir. Here, a gold for your trouble." And he goes to press the gold into the hand that one hand doesn't have.
Yeah, of course.
Sort of gets incredibly embarrassed for a moment, and puts the gold down on the table and sort of makes the sort of high-speed record of a nonchalant walk out of the place. Yes, bumping into sort of questionable characters. And you see him disappear.
He seemed like a charming man. Can I make a streetwise roll or something to see if I have heard of him before?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Or nobility, perhaps?
Yeah, knowledge, nobility, knowledge local.
No.
Knowledge local.
Oh no, it's local. No.
Hang on, what am I rolling? Just bear with me.
The band starts up again, I think.
Yeah, no.
No, you haven't heard of him. He's one of just many anonymous, hoity-toity.
Well, I guess we drink ourselves silly and then head off to upstairs
Absolutely.
into the...
You stagger
where
off
we
to
have a home, house.
stagger off to your accommodations. That evening, you have a lovely evening. A few more drinks are bought for you because you clearly embarrassed someone who's richer than everybody else in the entire place, and that's quite excellent. You relax for the evening, and an uneventful evening passes. You wake up in the morning with a headache, which is good to see that everything's normal.
Excellent.
You come down for breakfast. This cycle has been going on for a few weeks, so frankly, the thought of even going for a walk outside the pub is a pleasant concept.
Mm-hmm. Is it a busy morning?
Yes, you can go to a medieval town, in fact, if you like.
Oh, yeah.
Setting up for market might be nice. So you go out into the town. It's sort of busy sort of morning. The stall holders are bringing their stalls and pulling horses, and there's an occasional cow and things like that. The weather has been dry, so the roads are actually nice and passable at the moment. It's a clear blue sky. It's a delightful day. Things are looking up. You guys have equipped yourselves up, I guess.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. I polished my armour
So
as best I can.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Fantastic. What armour do you wear?
Probably had a bath.
A bath?
A chain shirt.
Chain
so
shirt.
I polished
Each
my
individual
leg.
leg.
To a high sheen.
So you make your way up to the upper quarter. You take some convincing of the upper order keepers that you deserve entry into their sort of area, but you quote the name Aberystwyth, and that tends to get you sort of moving through. And they have sort of heard of you from what you did earlier with the circus.
Mm-hmm.
And you find the Third Street, and you ask a couple of directions and find your way to Lord Aberystwyth's Manor, which is indeed a equivalent of a boring suburban home on a reasonably large scale. Sort of slightly ostentatious, over-ostentatious entranceway.
Mm-hmm.
The wrong sort of severely outdated cladding on what's a stone building on the bottom level and then a wooden building at the top.
So 16th century.
That's right.
Yeah.
Just so last 10 years ago. And you knock on the door, and you're a reasonably pretentious butler lets you in.
Jeeves. Jeevious.
Devious.
A nameless and faceless.
Jeevious it is.
Jeevious the butler.
Jeevious.
If he becomes a lord, then that becomes funny. Your S.
Jeevious.
Probably the J.
Yeah, I guess so.
Double E? Jeevious?
Yeah, I think so.
Isn't that Jeezius?
Jeevious. I'm still hungover from there.
He's still drunk from the
Don't
night
criticise me. It's equally appointed inside. Relatively expensive wood panelling on the inside of the walls, but not actually particularly expensive.
Mm-hmm.
if it were really rich, then you'd have sort of frescoes everywhere or beautiful hardwood dark paneling. But this is kind of clearly relatively cheap. But it's good. It shows respectability and
It's better than what we've got.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right, absolutely.
So that's alright.
Have you seen our place?
Things can't actually crawl through these walls, you suspect, and run across your face in the dead of night.
That's the best part about sleeping.
That's protein.
A quick snack. That's right. If you breathe in at the right time, you can
Yeah.
don't wake up hungry. You're escorted
Cook 'em on my
to
sword.
his office, and this office, in fact, does look like somewhere which has an actual utilitarian purpose, an actual functional thing. You see, he's there sitting at his desk as you enter in. There's piles of parchments and quills and calculating instruments like an abacus and things like that. Samples, perhaps, of different grains or materials or ores in little sort of small sort of skull-sized sacks. It smells heavily of spices, all combined from all sorts of things. So this guy is clearly a trader. He's trading both west and east, the spices from the east and all the normal fares and supplies from the west, where the coast is far away still. At what was the name of that town? Aris, yes, in the Translands, which is the area between the coastal areas, which are rich and populous, and the deserted areas where our adventure started. And you guys have been drifting closer and closer to the west as the adventure's gone by. He looks up, says, "Oh, gentlemen, good to see you."
Lord Aberth, is it? I am having trouble seeing you.
Yes.
Is it Lord Aberth?
Yes, it is.
Lovely to meet you. Going to doff my cap.
I give a
Good
slight bow.
to see you.
May I trouble you for some kind of stimulating drink?
Yes, my butler, Jeevius.
That's Dave.
He comes in, and he says, "Yes, sir." And
A cup of stimulating drink, Jeevius, if that's okay by you.
Yes, Jeevius. Yes. And Jeevius says, and the usual for you. Yes, of course. I shall get your daughter to fetch it for you. Thank you.
Anti-stuttering potion.
He's got a thick stubble today, and he looks a bit sort of I don't know, he's blinking
like a werewolf kind of thing.
Not like a werewolf.
No, okay,
not
cool.
hair. No,
Not that hairy?
Not hair. No.
Okay, cool.
And so he seems a bit certainly he seemed quite normal last night, but it's a bit sort of.
My recollection last night isn't that great.
That's
So.
right.
And the
That's
blurriness as far as
That's right.
what he
It's all
looked
blurred
like
out
is
for you.
right. What are you having? Jataya?
Oh, just I'll have what you're having.
Jeevis has already gone. He's chosen what you might like to
Gotta
have.
be quicker than that. I want to get the good drinks. I told you last time we were.
I don't know what they have here.
I don't know either.
This
But I
is
just
upper
asked
class. They're not going to have meat,
Yes,
are they? Oh.
So you're walking out, Jeevis has gone off behind you, you're sitting facing, you sit down at this desk with the two chairs there, he's sitting across the desk, which is at least this wide and covered in paintings, papers,
lovely pen.
parchments and things like that.
Beautiful.
Off to your, just on your right hand side, there's another door that goes through maybe to another part of the house. You make some small talk about the weather and things like that. This guy starter sort of continues, he's sweating a little bit, nothing out of the ordinary. Maybe he's addicted to one of these drugs that the rich all seem to be able to afford. He's talking for a while, and he says, what I want you to do is just to accompany my daughter. Yes. She goes on little jaunts. And at this point you see just appearing on the door is ajar. That's on your right hand side. You don't see it, but you would notice a tire. A little girl, say like 11 or so, just appears at the door. She's holding a mug of something that looks nice and hot and steamy, like some sort of Java bean type sort of concoction or something maybe. And she just stands there and she narrows her eyes at you. Like as if you're the new nanny or something like that.
You do look like a nanny.
I really need to get a haircut.
That maid costume that you insist on wearing.
And then she just stands there and sort of assesses the two of you, looks you up and down, for a little while, and then she enters. Meanwhile,
I'll stand.
Lord Abereth is still sort of stuck in this sentence that he was hardly getting his way through.
And who might you be, my lady? Whoever you are.
She says,
some kind of dwarf.
She says, "Here you are, Daddy. Who are these gentlemen, Daddy?"
My name is Castile Farlooker, and this is Jataya.
Yes, very pleased to meet you, young lady.
Sort of sideways glance as if you're too dirty to look at, which is probably perfectly true for someone who has such delightful curly blonde
spent
locks.
ages polishing every single link on my chain.
Polishing your chain.
She has very, very pale skin, beautiful pale rose, sort of peachy skin. That's what I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Pale peachy skin that looks incredibly soft, like it's had all the best sort of possible ointments applied to it. She has great big moony eyes, which are ever so glassy. Great big long eyelashes. Long curly ringleted hair. Beautiful, and she's wearing this delightful little sort of dress just above her knees, and she looks like the perfect example of the most beautiful daughter.
Are you a dwarf?
Oh, Daddy, who are these? Who's this idiot man?
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise that you were...
He's sort of shaking more and more. And he takes the drink off, and she holds his hands ever so gently, and then he drinks the drink, spilling some of it on his chin, and sculls the whole thing in one go, and then thank you, dear. Just having you with me here is enough to calm my nerves. It's wonderful. Allow me to introduce you, Ophelia, my daughter. This is Castile Farlooker and his compatriot Jataya. They are your new escort, my darling.
A pleasure to meet you, Lady Ophelia.
She's reasonably charmed by your referral to her as a lady. She says, "I don't need an escort, Daddy. How many times do I have to tell you?
These lands are dangerous.
I've never come to any harm. Oh, they'll stay at a distance, darling, just like all the others do. But they better not get lost like all the others."
We'll be 20 feet away from you. Get my +2 to attack.
She says, "Well, as long as I don't see them. I don't like my travels disturbed. It makes it hard to find the things I'm looking for if people follow me too closely."
What kinds of things do you look for, my Lady Ophelia?
"Oh, I look for things. I look for my things for." Oh, she travels to her she travels to my mother-in-law's house.
How far away is that?
Oh, it's I believe not a very long journey. A very short time, except my daughter does like to stretch it out by furrowing and searching for things. My mother-in-law is a bit of a strange sort, I must say, and she does like various different things that the daughter gives her, my lovely daughter Ophelia gives her as favours.
My experience is all mother-in-laws are a little strange.
Yes, she's we shouldn't say anything about it, but yes. Scala is a very strange thing indeed. God bless my lovely wife, but yes, her mother-in-law, my mother-in-law is a bit of a pain.
What is your mother-in-law's name?
Scala.
Scala. That must mean you're married to...
I'd best not talk about my lovely wife.
Oh, I didn't mean to intrude.
Oh, Daddy, never mind, Daddy. These gentlemen, they may follow me. They seem safe enough. But they mustn't come too close. I don't like to be disturbed.
We will keep a good distance.
I'm going to go down on my hand and lean down. And what kind of things do you look for, Lady Ophelia?
Daddy, I just look for things for Granny, stuff she needs. Anyway, I don't want to talk to you. I don't even want to see you tomorrow morning. I'm going, and you can follow me if you like, but I don't care. And she turns and skips off impetuously, flicking her golden locks.
This will cost a lot of gold.
Oh, definitely.
you say that?
Yes.
Abereth goes to say, he's sort of looking lovingly at her, like sort of, turns back to you and goes, and when you mention money, he goes, "Coins, yes, of course, coins, yes. I can offer you 10 gold pieces for each day you accompany her. She travels to her grandmother's for one night and then returns. I'll offer you 20 gold pieces for the return journey each."
So 10 gold for every day we're with her,
Yes.
and 10 gold on our return, or 20 gold on our return. Is that what you said?
I think that's what he said. That's what I heard.
I think that's reasonable.
Yeah. So 20 now and 20 when we get back.
Yes, fine. That's all right. Yes.
And
yes.
of course, if we are injured on our way, there will be a healer.
Yeah, there are healers in this town that I could afford their services to you. Yes, absolutely.
I think we are agreed.
Excellent.
Yes.
Lovely. So
Very
be here at dawn tomorrow, and you may accompany my daughter, but you must keep your distance from her. She does not like to be disturbed. Just shadow her, so she is safe. She likes to feel like she's going on adventures herself, and she will be safe in the forest. Rest assured, nothing's ever happened to her. Excellent.
I'm sure
There are big bad wolves in the forest.
Yes.
Big bad wolves.
Yes, little girls going to visit their grandmothers.
She's wearing a scarlet cape. She'll be fine.
Something's eating the other ones, but I don't know. Yes, excellent. Good.
Excellent. Well, lovely to meet you, Lord.
Good, lovely.
And,
Excellent.
Yes.
See you on the morrow.
At that point, Jeevius appears at the door,
Ah.
holding steaming
Perfect
cups
timing.
of Java concoction.
I take a sip and then sort of cough and splutter. What is
not
this?
It's not mead, I'm afraid. What you requested, something refreshing.
It's great. This is my double moccamilla soyacino. I get it. Starbucks.
Oh dear. I leave mine on the mantelpiece.
Yes. Excellent.
Perfect.
Good. You leave and you make your way. Sort of. At least you have something to entertain you now for tomorrow. So you've got a whole day to spend in town.
Which we do.
Which
you
we
do.
do. In
You do.
style.
Loitering around.
We go back to the tavern, basically. Yeah. Excellent.
Try and think of something to do with like window shop.
No, we don't. We just walk on autopilot straight in.
Well,
We don't even think about going anywhere else. We just follow our noses. Back to the lazy breeze.
Right, so back to the tavern.
Yay! Excellent. Back to the tavern. So the day passes at the tavern in the usual manner.
And the evening as well.
And the evening as well.
Fantastic.
Bit of gambling, a bit of jolliness and all that sort of stuff. It's all very nice.
Gamble away the 20 gold coins that we've
That's right.
received so
In
far.
advance, that's right.
Our advance payment is already gone.
Excellent. And on the morrow, you turn up at dawn. I mean, is there any basic equipment or anything you want to pick up in the oven? No, you don't.
Not really.
You've got yourself set up with healing potions and things like that.
No, I'd actually.
No.
Oh, yeah, got 2 light healing. Maybe 2 couple of medium healing potions.
Yep.
How much are they?
Should we look that up? La 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 la. Looking up the healing potions. Healing. I don't know. Is it going to be in here?
Could be.
Now for some beatbox.
Yeah. Why? Just we'll
Yeah, we'll work it out. I've
That's
got enough gold.
a couple of cure moderate wounds. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Excellent.
me too.
Good. So you turn up in the morning.
It's good to have a few.
Yeah, when you don't have a healer on board in your group.
Jeevis is there at the door. He greets you. Says, "If you gentlemen would stand aside, just on the porch
Well,
here."
yes. While we do, would you mind packing us some of those, a couple of gourds of that Java drink that you have made yesterday?
Certainly, gentlemen. I shall
Thank you,
do so.
Jeeves.
Yes.
step
Young
aside.
Ophelia will appear at the door and exit from the house and make her way through town. You are to follow her, but none too closely. She will cry out impetuously if you become too close, and you'll have to withdraw. Is that very clear?
Yes, yeah, that should be fine.
I'm sure nothing will happen to the two of you.
No, probably not to us.
No, probably to her. What?
Well, nothing's happened to her before.
Well, then why does she need bodyguards?
Well, her father does like to keep an eye on her. Very well, gentlemen. I shall go and get your requested drinks.
Oh, nothing for me, thank you.
Nothing.
No, I'm quite happy.
Oh,
I'm trying to give it up.
It's a terrible habit, you know.
so here you are left loitering on the door. He brings you your 20 gold pieces and
Oh, cool.
a couple of wine sort of satchels of hot liquid inside. And you're still left sitting at the door for a while. And eventually, the door creaks open, and a little girl in a beautiful satin
Satin, hey? Red?
a satin cape of red with a hood.
I don't know what's going to happen.
I have no idea. I'm sure she'll be fine walking through the forest to her
I
grandmother's
say we
house.
just leave her.
I reckon we just go back to the tavern.
Yeah.
Nothing could possibly happen.
Appears
Wait,
at the door.
I actually might pick up some silver.
Silver tipped arrows.
For that, I'm afraid.
Silver everything.
Some silver metagame daggers. She pokes her head out the door, looks around, catches your eye, glares at you.
Is it you, dwarf? I mean, Lady Ophelia?
Shh! You're not even supposed to be there. Didn't Daddy tell you?
He told us that we were supposed to follow you.
Don't say that, or I'm not going at all.
Told us you were supposed to.
Anyway, don't come so close. I don't even want to smell you. You smell so disgusting.
It's true.
And she trips
Sorry.
off, skipping with her basket down the town.
This is awesome. We'll skip down too.
Yeah.
So she makes her way through the upper quarter. People don't even bat an eyelid at her. In fact, people tend to pretend to not notice that she's there. Though plenty of people follow after her with her, seeing her adoring locks poking around the edge of her red cape. She comes to the guard point, which is in the top of the upper quarter, and just skips straight through them. They sort of nod at her. And you guys, do you follow discreetly, or do you?
Not really. I think we'll probably be
About 20 feet.
20 feet's probably about enough.
Okay, good. She doesn't seem to notice in town, but she skips her way all the way through, all the way past the lower quarters and out the town gate,
Mm-hmm.
off down the road, completely alone, apparently, apart from you guys. She keeps up a fair pace, but you are both sort of reasonably fleet actually now, aren't you?
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah.
Since you've done a bit of training recently on
Oh,
being able to move in your heavy armour. Excellent. Well, she trips on her merry way through the countryside, in quite unlike a way that you would expect a young girl to be able to go. Very soon, yes, you can stick on the witchwood there, I reckon. Very soon she's entering darker woods. Oh, let's say an elven forest day. That'd be lovely because that's pleasant, isn't it? I like.
Oh. Do
Um,
you want to slide it over?
so this should go this way, should it?
Yeah.
So it's in shot.
For everyone playing along at
So
home.
she's leading you on this merry chase through the forest.
How far is 20 feet? It's 4 feet per square, isn't it? 5?
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm going to be moving through the forest area,
Uh-huh.
if that's okay, because
I'm going to stick to the road.
that's what rangers do.
That's
Because
what rangers
That's
do.
what fighters do.
And I'll be listening out for different sounds in the forest.
Oh, good
for,
idea.
So you're taking your
disturbances.
taking your job seriously.
Yeah, we're getting paid such substantial money. I think it's
Mm.
worth it.
Mm.
Besides, I can probably move quite quietly, very close to her, if I'm moving through the forest,
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
which I
excellent.
shall attempt to do.
She's pulling up sort of all over the place and inspecting little sort of areas of mushrooms and the like, little pits of apparently poo maybe, sort of from various different small mammals and things like that. She's often picking up little things and sort of sniffing them and occasionally discarding or occasionally unwrapping a little piece of sort of greasy paper and putting them in safely and then screwing it up and putting it in her basket. She's got, as you watch her more, she has all sorts of little pieces of paper and little packets and little boxes and little containers and little things with stoppers in them in her basket, and she seems to be replenishing that. So about in this position, give me perception checks.
Perception.
30.
Oh, what?
What'd you get? Oh! Natural 20!
Beautiful.
If I hadn't perceived this with 30, I actually matched you for once on perception.
Oh, you more than matched me.
So you see, both of you, clear signs. These two gigantic, giant, hideous, monstrous spiders appear or you become clear up in the trees, up about 20 feet or so, both in that horrible spidery way with their black legs creaking through the trees, coming down toward you all. Little girl will go forward further. She skips on down the path under a tree here.
So I'm matching. Is it okay to match her?
So you can now roll for initiative.
Not much.
5. I think you beat me. Unless you've got minus 2.
12. Well, yeah, no.
What's your initiative?
6 at this stage.
6.
Castile. What do you want, Castile?
Do we get a bonus because you rolled a natural 20? At all?
A bonus to perceive them.
Yeah, I mean, did they perceive you? Yeah, do you want to give me your stealth, Castile?
Yep.
And I'll verse it, and also
What am I doing? Myself?
your stealth, Castile. Yep.
Sorry.
Verse their perception. Because you were moving stealthily, weren't you? Obviously.
I got 20.
I got
good.
11.
Okay, so I'll let you both have a single action then right now before we go into initiative orders.
I'm going to find my bow. But do you want to do something first?
So your bow was out.
I shall take out my bow and fire it.
Okay, so single action is taking out your bow. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I shall just move over to here to protect Milady.
Okay, so you go
How
running.
far
to
can
her.
I run?
Can I pull out my sword as I go? Or my bow as I go?
Yes, that's part of that move
I
action.
might
Yeah.
pull out my sword actually, if that's
Yeah.
the case.
So through that difficult terrain, maybe bring yourself
I've got
bring,
woodland
You've got
stride,
woodland
so I'm
stride.
good.
How far can I move?
You can move 6 squares now if you have armor training.
Yeah. So.
Every second diagonal's 2. 6, yeah, there you go, same thing, yeah. So you go running down the path, yeah, to get to the girl. Excellent. Okay, now it's Castile's turn.
Sorry. Oh, okay. I'm confused.
So that was your surprise round.
Can I pull out my bow then, if that's the case?
Okay, yeah.
Alright, I'll pull out my bow, string it, and I'm going to fire down towards
So
this
you go
guy.
running through the forest,
Sliding over under tree roots and
you fire. Excellent. Excellent.
Milady, look out!
I'll give this guy a +2 on his armor class against you, but he is flat-footed since he doesn't have to. So his AC is only 13.
Hits with
Excellent.
a critical.
Oh,
Not a proper critical, just a normal critical.
Normal critical?
So it's not 20, but it's
That's a critical, that's
I
right.
know, but it doesn't have the same feel. Sorry.
That's right.
Good call.
It's probably alright, I reckon.
Where are we? It's a piercing weapon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sting a normal damage and target is sickened for 1d6 rounds.
Oh, excellent.
I don't know what that means, but we shall discover in a second. Whoa, dear.
Oh.
Sorry, Sirenscape just did something. I pressed a button, not that Sirenscape did anything wrong. What am I doing? That's not how much damage I'm doing. I am doing 1d10.
You can,
I did 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. So this arrow thuds with kind of a satisfying, sickening squelch into the hide of this spider.
And do I get 2 shots because I can? Because I haven't moved this
If you're
time?
taking a full round action, absolutely, yeah.
Cool, I will do that again. That time I hit with 21.
Whoa, yep, hit.
Same one. And did 4.
4. So there's 2 arrows come
Slice into its abdomen,
cutting in.
sickening it.
thickening it. Thickeningly. Good. Ophelia, almost pretending that you're not there at all, trips her way, continuing down the path away from you.
Right.
And
I'm going to shoot her next time.
And
the spider
the
comes
spider's
rushing through the trees. Apparently it has its own version of woodland stride. And
Doesn't even need it, does it?
that's right, no,
It's
it
pretty
doesn't.
short distance.
It's got all these
Yeah.
legs all
Which we'll
going
find out in
out.
the next Hobbit movie.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that would be amazing, won't they, the spiders? And it's vicious fire!
Oh! Look at that godly ray.
Beautiful.
Heavenly light.
It just fangs and all.
Oh dear.
What have we got? Triple damage.
Triple damage. Can you take it? Let's find out.
There you go. 10 points of damage. Whoa, so it's just like the full weight of this. Whoa, it's got like a leathery hide with like stubble type hairs all over it, which are all spiky and erect and sort of stab into you and into your arms and scratching. You can give me a save versus poison DC 14 fortitude save.
Yep.
Good. So it obviously squirts venom into you, but to no avail.
I nimbly dodged though.
Nimbly dodged.
Dodged a bit. My arteries nimbly dodged.
you like the spider is now sort of attached to you. Excellent.
Nice.
Jataya.
Can I reach this spider? I can't reach it and
2, 4,
attack.
5. Not really. No, not from there. Castile.
I think
Look
I'm
out!
still gonna have to run in there anyway.
Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, 5, 6. Yeah, you can get to. If you move to there, yeah, okay, that'll do it. Yeah,
That'll do
excellent.
it.
Yeah, move to there. You plunge into the forest,
Yep.
trying to assist your friend.
Spot a bother. Need some help.
I'm here with a sword. I can't attack that, can I?
You can, yeah, that's right.
Is there any stones?
So you're saying you have armor training now, which means you can move your normal speed in armor, or even you could already. Is that right?
Yeah, as if unencumbered.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But I
So
could- I
30.
think I
So
could.
6 squares. Yeah.
Yep.
6 squares, and now a single attack at your maximum attack bonus.
Nice.
I'm gonna hit first, I think.
Oh yeah, I will there.
Love you, You're still confident and cocky.
What's that? It's 29.
Whoa. Yes, that's it.
Oh, that is an amazing.
Oh wait,
night.
I rolled too many dice.
When would Johnny ever do that?
That's much better. So that would be 10, 18 with
Right.
6 fire damage.
18 with 6 extra
Yeah,
on top of that.
on top of that. I did roll 2 5s and the 6 for fire.
So describe this wonderful blow. It doesn't. You don't actually kill it, but you let's say you cut a few legs off.
Well, no, I'm thinking more I just sort of plunge into the abdomen.
Yeah.
Just
He's already sickened now. He's really feeling it.
This one's sticking here. Yeah. So
stab
Oh, is that
right
right?
into the
Oh,
back
yeah.
of it.
and fire actually sort of squirts
Yeah, yeah.
out of the blade hole.
And it screams in pain like you just heard then.
Ooh, that's right.
That's
Fantastic. Excellent. It is Castile's turn.
Alright, drop my bow, pull out my sword,
Yep.
and slice across it.
Excellent.
If I can?
Yep.
No.
No,
wait.
Oh,
3
yeah,
minus
so-
2 is 1.
AC 14.
18.
18. Far out.
No, wait, hang on. Yeah, 18.
Yep. Excellent. You hit it.
Excellent.
Can't really miss.
I did 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. It's looking rather poorly.
I'm guessing I don't get a second attack because I pulled out my sword. Is that right?
That's correct.
Cool.
And you drop your bow on the ground. Excellent. Little Ophelia trips 30 feet further down the path.
Let's have to see the path. She's
Almost
got a
off
long
screen. That camera looks very, very cool, doesn't it?
way. Yeah.
Which you're seeing now. Excellent. Fabulous. And it's the Spideys. This spider is in its death throes. It only has several legs left over. And it rolls another 20. No.
No.
I imagine 12 isn't enough to sort of strike you. It's
No.
scrabbling in kind of a, it's almost dying.
I block its venomous.
This one comes rushing through the trees in a wobbly leg sort of. You've obviously got a
This is
sort
the
of
second one.
an arrow stuck into it.
Oh,
Yeah,
where's my vomit noise? Oh, I don't have it now.
Oh!
Oh!
Come on.
Bit.
If this is a claw attack, you cannot use that attack for 1d6 rounds. I think that's the end of Mr. Spidey. Oh, one round,
One
maybe
round.
there's hope. So it comes plunging, the arrow obviously snaps a ligament. It sort of comes half falling out of the trees at your feet.
It just lands there at my feet. Do I get an attack against you?
Yeah, of course. You actually you wrench your sword out of the
keep
carcass of
rolling.
the other one.
Far too high. So what's that? It's 30
Yep, that'll be enough.
and 5 and 8 is 13.
Describe its demise.
With 5 fire damage. So I think it's just a straightforward slice up the middle.
Yep,
You know,
absolutely.
sort of 4 legs on one side, 4 legs on the other.
Excellent.
Burning flesh.
Burning
whole-
wound,
the
nicely
whole
cauterized.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, nice and
Excellent.
clean.
Yeah, nice and
That's the
clean.
good thing about a fire sword.
Tasty tarantula.
No
Fantastic.
blood.
So you cleave this thing, and in the swing, you may continue through. And attack the
I
other one.
will, in fact.
Do it.
Let's
Don't just
follow
stand there.
through and
Having
cleave.
cleaved now.
Having great cleave now.
That's right.
12's the AC.
And you
So-
can may describe, if you hit, you can may describe the demise of the other one.
I'd say that's it.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit. So I can't miss, can I? Yep. So on the follow through, it's a pretty straightforward, just across
Yeah.
across the face. How many eyes does a spider have?
Oh, 8 at least.
8.
Mm.
So probably get sort of 3 or 4 out of 8. It's hard to get all 8 at
No, I
once.
think you should get all of them with a slice.
Like Zorro.
With a J for Jatara.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Just
So these
I like
spiders
stabbing
are...
these things in the face. I don't like the way they look at me.
This whirlwind of rage removes the spider from your face, and rather satisfyingly.
I'm going to.
And they crumple up.
I'm going to grab my bow
Mm.
and look
Yeah.
around for Ophelia.
Yeah.
And
So by the time you look up, she's gone off camera.
I'm gonna charge after her.
You charge off down the path.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a good
Absolutely.
idea. I'll charge with you.
So you're like, oh my god,
Ophelia!
you go charging down the path, and you find her just on the side of the path, happily as can be, trying to look underneath a mushroom to see whether it's spotty or not, or stripy or something. Who the heck knows? But this is a strange child, and you come barreling around this corner here, sort of puffing, and do you go right up to her?
Yeah, I think we'll just tie her up. I think.
Yeah, I think we grab her.
I'm gonna grab it. Yeah, you wanna go?
I'll grab her. I'm good at grabbing.
You're gonna
I'll
try
grab
and
her and physically lift her off the ground.
Oh, man.
With one arm around her waist.
Man, wow. So as you come to her, she's even the fact that you come around the corner at her, she looks up, she's glaring at you.
Mm-hmm.
And
I ignore her. She's a child.
as you put your arm around her, she starts to sort of shudder. She starts to scream and kick
Yeah.
like a tangerine 4-year-old.
I'm wearing armor. The kicking isn't going to do much.
She's clanking against your
No
armor,
touchies, no
and are you holding around the middle?
Yep.
And she's wiggling at one end, and wiggling at the other.
Jataya. Our orders were to let her walk ahead.
Yes, but with giant spiders in this forest, I think it's safer if I carry her for the rest
We're
of
not
the
getting
trip.
paid to bring her back alive. We're getting paid to escort her.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, I put her down.
She brushes it off and pulls the hood right over her face sulkily and stomps off down the pathway away from you.
Okay.
They should make this into like an anime, I reckon. Such an anime character.
Excellent.
Cute tears.
And she's sulky as can be as she continues through this forest.
Forest pathway 2.
There you go.
Excellent. Should we take a break there?
Yeah, let's take a break.
Now we've established a general mood of what's going on.
I feel like I've heard this story before somewhere.
Thank you, that was great. Excellent.
Cool.